So I want to talk about why you can't be yourself now. Last week I spoke about why dating is dead. Now I want to talk about why you can't be yourself in modern society. This is an ongoing issue that I've been thinking about for a little bit now. And I'm going to get into the video and we should be cracking into it now.
So I want to talk about a particularly different subject in today's video, and it's basically the idea that we can't be ourselves in today's society, and this is mainly speaking for men. If you really think about the way men are brought up nowadays, it's like when you're born, the person taking care of most of you is probably the woman, which is your mother, because your father is off working for most of the time. And then as you're growing up, when you start to go to elementary school, middle school, stuff like that, most of the teachers are actually women as well, right? If you have a babysitter, she's usually typically a woman, because it's a little unsafe to leave them with your kids with a man as you grow up. So it's funny because after a certain age, women start to tell you to treat women a certain way, and they tell you to be yourself. But how can you really do that when you've been just raised by women? So what that really means is, like, a woman who is 30 or 40 wants to be treated very nicely, very sweetly, and that's all. The only thing they tell you is when you're like, oh, I wonder how I talk to women, and you start to talk to girls, you're just like, oh, just be you, just be yourself. But how exactly do you do that? There's no natural way for a man to be himself. If you compare to a man who is raised mainly, I'm talking louder because of the planet, a man who is mainly raised by other men, has no mom around, they're a little bit more hardened, they're more aggressive, they're a little bit more of assholes. And what do women like? They mainly like assholes. So compare both of them. There's this idea I read in a book, I believe it's called Iron John, check it out, it's a really good book, that, and I'm just rambling, but it's okay. The idea is, like, around the 1950s, after women were allowed to go to war and they started leaving, some of the men got left behind, and what ended up happening was it kind of created a soft man, especially with the woman movement that just started happening. Women want to be just as strong as men, and they want to be more capable of doing other things, and it just creates this thing where, again, men and boys that are young are just like raised by women. So it's weird now. I'm going to talk about in a later video about how to beat things like that and how to get past it so you can get out of your own way and be better than yourself. Essentially what you want to do is you always want to work on yourself to be the better version of you than you were yesterday or the day before. So technically there is no you should be yourself. You should always work on yourself, and that's the highest form of identity you can have.
Once again, thank you guys for tuning in the video. I really appreciate you guys listening to me rant a little bit about some of the issues that I feel like are happening as we speak. Make sure you tune in next week. I'm going to be dropping another video, maybe even sooner than that actually. But if you like what you see, make sure you go to Mating Magic on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, YouTube, like, subscribe, all that jazz. We really got some good stuff coming to you guys, mainly some solutions to the problems I've been talking about, so make sure you tune in, okay?